you guys doing? Welcome to Orebound, I would say the satisfactory of the medieval world crossed with a tiny bit of Hybridsteel. It just makes it a bit more advanced. So normally I would make videos on tutorials and this, that and the other when it comes to a game like this, but most of you, if you've ever played Satisfactory or Hybridsteel, you'd probably know what you're roughly doing, and there's probably a couple of things that are gonna sort of like make you go, oh, I didn't think of that. But then there are certain things that say you go, oh, okay, not a problem. So let's go with the basics, shall we? Number one, I built this with my bare hands, and basically you click on your hammer, right, and you go to the bit where it says fortress, and you get to choose between wood and stone. Now it doesn't look like it's highlighted, but trust me, it is. It's just everything's grey in stone. There's nothing like colourful about it until later on when you get like decorations. So that's your bare necessities. Building. Congratulations, you've just learned how to do something. Now your hammer does have three different functions. It has build mode, which is when the hammer turns blue. Now it doesn't look very blue from here, but if you look at the top of your hammer, it turns blue. If you push X, it goes into delete mode. Now if I go over here, actually if I just get rid of one of these, see, delete mode. And if I push it again, it goes green, and green is heal mode. If you've accidentally taken a chunk out of your house like that, oh no, what a shame, then I'm going to go into heal mode and I'm going to heal it. Now for what I understand, it doesn't use any of your resources, so you should be completely fine. Number two, this is how you get all your missions to start with. Run through these as quickly as you possibly can. It does teach you the basics of the game, and it really does help. When you get into the mining section, you're going to have to like go to these certain things and this, that and the other, and everything's going to be all hunky-dory. And that'll be fine. Then you got steamy factories, so obviously this is like the things you're going to be able to make later on in the game as well. And then you've got your combat weapons and dwarven construction. Like I said, stone stuff does get a little bit more colourful later on, but you just have to get around to building it. Joys of life. Alright, next you've got your smelters. If you don't know how to use a smelter, go and play any other building survival game ever made, ever. Because that's what these do. Basically, you put coal in here, which is your fuel, and then you would put like your I'm going to put iron ore in here. Well, let me just click it to iron, and then put iron ore in it, and then there you go. I'm making iron ingots. That's amazing. And your bare necessity smelters can do copper, silver, and gold. Ta-da! Next, you have your shop. This dude will buy and sell anything off you. He's quite handy to have, especially when you're just making loads and loads of crap and you want to get rid of it. Give it to him, he's fine. Right, moving on. The bank dude, basically you give him money and he puts it in his bank, which goes on your little plinths when you build them. These can hold up to 5,000 a piece. I do want to build the bigger ones, but the bigger ones cost money to get. I'll show you now. So we're going to go over to our researcher. All the things you're going to be unlocking in the game come through this man here. Each one is priced fairly, and at the end of the day, it's all good. I'm sort of working my way into these certain things, but like the reason why I'm doing this video now is because I have no idea what's going to be changing between now and when the game officially launches. So if I have a base of like this is what it used to be and this is what it is now, then you can see what's changed. Now when it comes to research, it's not just automation you're going to be looking at. You're looking at the dwarven vaults, which is how you're going to be building your coin piles and so on and so forth. And also is going to be like between your crafting, so your crafting station, which means you get a better pickaxe and so on. And then you get your navigator, which basically helps you find stuff, and your navigator is this little smeggy here. At the moment I've got him tuned to copper ore. So there's copper ore around me. It's probably below me if anything. I can do coal or iron, and then later on you get like silver, ruby, sapphire, emerald. At the end of the day, it's self-explanatory. It's a navigator. It will find the best things for you. So if I was to change this to iron ore, as you can see the hammer's slowed down a bit. It's gone orange, so I'm gonna have to try and find some iron ore. Now I have got a mine below me. And as you can see, if I face that way and go forwards, there's iron ore there. Downside is I fell through the floor. Oh, there, I think that's an iron node. So there's different size nodes. This would be considered a big node, and this is iron. So if I click my navigator to iron ore deposit, I'm actually surprised I didn't find one. Iron ore. There you go. Iron deposit, a big one. That is a coal deposit. And so you get like little ones like this, you get giant ones like this, and then you get the smaller ones like I've got in my base. Now, let me just get out of here first, then we'll go and do the rest of it. I've got to find my way out now because I've fallen down. Okie dokie, now we're home. Now, most of your creation stuff on Topland is going to be made of wood. I actually would prefer it, as much as I've played this game, I would say make a lot of your stuff out of stone, apart from it, unless you want like a nice wooden cottage. But most of your construction stuff should be made out of stone. There is a massive abundance of stone. And why have I got a tree growing through my platform? Give me a second, let me just get rid of the tree. There we go, tree is now gone. Now, respawn point, obviously, is your bed. So that's why it's lit up. And yeah, if you turn these off, it gets really, really dark in here. Okay, so what else do you want to know? Let's see. So first off, obviously you're going to want to try and get like your elements together to progress through the game. Now, most of your elements can be found on topsoil if you're looking for smaller deposits. So over here, I'm going to not fall down a hole, would be a copper deposit. There's coal up here. You're basically looking at the bare necessity elements. You know, you're not going to get a lot of them, but 1,000 is good enough to start. Same with iron, same with copper. The further you go down into the land, the bigger the deposits are going to be. So I decided I was going to build a massive staircase down. And like I said, most of my stuff down here is made out of concrete. So later on you can go into automation, and the last video I just made shows that, which is pretty handy. But basically I took a big node like this and I turned this into a little factory, and that was how big of a space I needed. Like I said, I'm a little bit of a weirdo when it comes to having things like gridded out and flattened, but I needed it. And as you go through the rest of the game, you're going to find yourself in some sort of predicaments where that sort of time-consuming activity isn't going to do you any justice. So I decided to go a little bit more mad over this side, where I'm sort of mining other things. Now, this is an automated setup to mine gold ore out of a gold node, which is that one there. And then in order for this to make up, I need to put up here and I need to put my coal in, and I can start mining again, which is fine in games. Now, the video that I did make sort of shows the basics of automation, which is pretty handy. But in order to give you like a really simple guide of it now, drills ore, puts ore into crusher, crusher turns it into powder, powder goes into big storage. Now, you can't turn this into golden ingots because the machines we got aren't as advanced yet, for myself at least. And then when you get later on, obviously these machines become more and more for you. You can do a lot more things with them, and it's basically progression, same as Satisfactory. You start with the basic machines and work your way through the progression system. You just got to go mining. Now, the thing that I like about this is it's more like this bit that I'm about to talk to you about is a bit like Hydroneer. Now, Hydroneer had a tier system of dirt. Now, anything you can see right now is like this brown coloured dirt. So this is like tier 1. So tier 1 stretches from that. You see that bit of grey there? So this is tier 2 dirt. All of that is tier 1 dirt. Now you're seeing the sheer scale of this game. It is ginormous. And this is tier 2 dirt. Now, thankfully, I built an iron pickaxe, which means not only can I hit tier 1 dirt, but I can hit tier 2 dirt. And the best part about tier 2 dirt is that tier 2 dirt is stone, which means you have an infinite amount of stone at your feet. This is something you don't get if you're just going to hit a rock, because you get like a couple of bits of stone out of it. But when you get down into tier 2, the whole thing is stone, which means you can just mine and be happy and never run out of stone. Which is why I said, technically, you can just make everything out of stone and be happy for the rest of your entire life. But there we go. And all this is tier 2. and it's all good. Now, I'm not quite sure how far tier 3 that is, so let's find out now, shall we? Ooh, emeralds. I'll take these. They're handy to sell. Ah, I seem to have found tier 3, which is lava. Now, chances are I'm dead. That's a bit of a shame. But I can respawn at my bed. Yay me. Basically, I just end up getting respawned at my bed. It's quite handy. Now, that emerald ore that I just got, I can take to this man here and I can go, yeah, take it, it's fine. And sell it to him, and we made a bit more money, and we're all good. So, it does have its positives and its negatives. Plus side, like I said, tier 2 is just complete stone. That means you can build a massive fortress and be happy. Which does lead me into my next point. At some point, you're not gonna wanna be on topsoil like this, and I'm just discovering this now. Because of how vast and how big this game is, you're gonna want to keep going deeper. Tier 2 is a really good place to have a base, even if you just put it down at where I am, sort of like I said, like at the bottom of all the stairs where you're at the join between tier 1 and tier 2. It means you get the best of both worlds. Tier 1, you get the bare necessities of soil and the space in order for you to do stuff, and tier 2 is a little bit more, you're going to have to blow stuff up. Which leads me conveniently into my brand new point. Tier 2 needs explosives. I have to go into a different game to do this. So here we are. Now, the reason why I had to come into this game is because this is a sandbox game, which means it unlocks everything for you. It's a nice way to explore the game. You can either turn the monsters on or off, but you won't die. So actually one of the better ways to play this game. Now, I was talking about explosives, and there is a little menu to play with explosives. First off, we have a stick of dynamite. And I'm going to be brutally honest, I've not done this yet. So this is going to be more fun for me and you at the same time. Okay, so I'm going to push the button. Actually, that does quite a bit of damage for just a bog standard stick of TNT. That's pretty damn good, actually. Okay, our next one is a little bit bigger, and this is known as a demo charge. Now, like I said, this is in sandbox mode. These do take a lot of resources to build. This one, for instance, takes a 20 sapphire ore, 10 silver powder, and two iron cogs. I haven't found any sapphires in my game yet, so I don't know where they are, but we'll find out in a minute. Well, maybe. I mean, I'm not going to find out where they are. Well, I don't know. Let's see what this is like. Okay, so I'm going to push this button. Jeebus! So, as you can see, it makes a very nice... What the bloody hell is my pickaxe? I haven't got a pickaxe. Why have I not got a pickaxe? Oh yeah, you don't start with a pickaxe. You have to build that to start with. See? I'm a bit of a donut. Okay, so the last charge we're going to try is the big one. This is the one I'm actually more excited to use in my actual game because I have no idea of the size of the damage this is going to do. Now, in order for you to do this, this is quite a massive charge. 20 iron ingots, 25 gold ingots, 50 sapphire gems, and 3 precise gears. I have not even made those yet. Now, this is called a mountain vaporizer. I don't want to do it up here. I want to see the damage from the floor. So what I want to do is I want to send it inside of an actual mountain. So I'm going to shove this there. I'm going to put the detonator all the way out here where I am safe. Maybe. I have no idea what considered as safe. Holy poo! I'll tell you what, that's a mighty big bang. And you don't need to detonate them. They just do it themselves. Wow. I mean, that's a big hole. I mean, full damage is a thing in this game. You would die. But as you can see, look at the ore strains that actually like whip through the actual land. That's monstrous. I wonder if we can then do another one where we end up just... Oh no, because I'm really too close to the explosion. I just want to put it down there and then run away. Yeah, that's a really hard thing to think about. But yeah, as you can see, the ores that go through the land are quite wavy. So if you ever find a a copper node or anything, know that they can go left, right, up and down, and are all around you. So you have to take that into consideration as well. I want to try another one of those explosives now. These are pretty addictive, and I want to see how they actually work. So that's charged. I've got to keep walking. That's scary. That'd be really handy for clearing big areas in a mine. There we are. So there are 2 other ways that you can play this game. Well, technically 3, but for me, I play it on sort of passive mode. Number 1, you can play this game in normal mode and turn enemies off, and I actually preferred that, if I'm going to be brutally honest. I see it more of a satisfactory thing, but without the enemies. I actually prefer to run around and do stuff and not get killed. Or you can play it like this, where it's in sandbox mode, and you can turn the enemies on and off, but I mean in sandbox mode you're not going to get killed, which is a positive. Or the other mode is you turn everything on, apart from sandbox mode, and then you're at the will of the enemy. And they attack quite a lot. Like from the start, as soon as you get into the game, you could be attacked by goblins, you could be attacked by orcs, and you could be attacked by the wildlife. So beware. That's all I have to say. If I've missed anything or you want to know anything else about this game, let me know in the comment section below. The reason why I'm making this video is because, like I said, I'm going to bring this video out, and if the information changes and anything else between now and the actual release date, then you've got a good basis of where it used to be to where it is whenever this game comes out. I think the game comes out on the 24th of October as an early access. So I'm going to be following the progression of this game and being happy. If you have enjoyed this, hit the like, subscribe and notification button below for all other updates, and I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else to do on this channel. Until then, peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. Boom. Fist bump to you.